Hi everyone, welcome to the Public Health Internship Orientation for undergraduate internships. This is presented in spring of 2020 for summer 2020 and fall 2020 internships. I'm excited to be here with you, so let's get started. Note this video is narrated, so adjust your sound as needed and or view with closed captioning, which is available through YouTube on publichealth.arizona.edu/undergraduate/internships. I want to introduce myself. I am Dr. Laura Grunwald, and I am the internship instructor and a lecturer here in the College of Public Health. My email address is laurag1@email.arizona.edu. I use the pronouns she, her, and hers. I'm going to be doing office hours by appointment, and so you can set that up with me via email, and we can meet in person, by phone, or by video conferencing. A little bit more about me, as I will be guiding you through your internship experience throughout this semester. I've been an educator for almost 20 years. I've worked in both college and community settings. So I've supervised interns in a community organization, and I've also supported students going out into the community in those kind of engaged learning experiences. My academic training is in writing, cultural criticism, critical thinking, specifically around literature and film and gender and women's studies, and college teaching, of course. I've taught first-year writing, civic engagement, this internship course, gender and women's studies, and literature and film. My community education experiences include leading social justice talks around kindness and masculinity and kindness and racial justice. Those were during my time at Ben's Bells Project, and I have supervised UA students in the community, as I've said before. So I've got a lot of experience, and I'm looking forward to working with you as this is a great job preparation for your future public health career or your career in the health professions. You're going to learn a lot about what you want, and you might learn some things about what you don't want, but it's all good and important information. I'd like to begin now by reading this land acknowledgement statement. The University of Arizona sits on the original homelands of indigenous peoples who have stewarded this land since time immemorial. Aligning with the university's core value of a diverse and inclusive community, it is an institutional responsibility to recognize and acknowledge the people, culture, and history that make up the Wildcat community. At the institutional level, it is important to be proactive in broadening awareness throughout campus to ensure our students feel represented and valued. Thank you. So just an overview of what we're going to talk about today: what counts as a public health internship, how many hours interns need to complete either a 6 or a 3-unit internship experience, how to find and secure an internship, what forms you need to complete to get enrolled, and more. So here's the accompanying worksheet that you will complete in order to get this process started. I advise you to complete this while you're watching this video. That will ensure that you understand the content and allow you time to fill this out thoroughly. It will give me time to answer any questions once you have it completed. So take a moment to pause this video and print out your worksheet now if you haven't done that already. Okay, so hopefully you have your internship worksheet in front of you now. And I wanted to just talk about what is public health, something that no doubt you are familiar with discussing at this point in your public health career. But I'd like to have you pause the video again and take a moment and write down your definition of public health. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, because that's one of the first questions on the internship orientation worksheet that you should have answered in your own words. This is important for you to do because you need to be able to explain to agencies and preceptors what public health is, and therefore what the nature of the internship will be. So again, if you haven't paused the video to do that yet in your own words, please do that now. Okay. So I hope you really did take the time to write that down. My definition of public health is that it's the science and the art of preventing disease, promoting health, and protecting and prolonging life through the organized efforts of society. We focus on the 4 P's in the College of Public Health, as you, I'm sure, already are aware: prevention, promotion, protection, and population. Prevention means improving the quality of life that people have. Promotion meaning the socio-cultural factors that influence health and health behavior Also that influence our planning and implementing and evaluating effective health education programs. Protection being the elimination of disease and the elimination of accidents. Things that increase our awareness of the dangers of health behaviors like smoking and the nutritional value of foods, but also all the things we do to protect our health and wellness. And finally, population being important because practitioners of public health carry out our mission through organized efforts to address the health concerns of communities and the population at large. So we're not just focused on one person's health, we are focused on the group of an entire population. Some of the different course topics you've completed in your curriculum for the Bachelor's of Science in Public Health include the topics listed here: biostatistics, environmental health, epidemiology, global health, health disparities, health education, health policy, health promotion, occupational safety, nutrition, wellness. So when you're considering the kind of internship that has a public health focus, you can consider the diversity of classes that you've taken throughout your undergraduate degree. If you can answer this question for yourself, is there a clear connection to public health? Then you can think about this being a good public health experience. So you can also think about this context. Did I gain any public health knowledge in my courses that will help me be successful in this internship? So you really want to be looking for an internship where you can apply things you've learned in your courses in an on-the-ground way in some kind of agency or community organization. So hopefully that will help you narrow the field down and give you enough content to make your internship qualify as a public health focused internship. Which brings me to the distinction that's very important for all public health students to be thinking about: the public health experience versus the clinical health experience. Sometimes people in the community are confused about this, so you're definitely going to want to be strong in your understanding so that you can explain that to potential internship sites. Really, it's important to note that public health experiences focus on the population, while clinical health experiences focus on the individual. Public health focuses on health and wellness. Clinical health will focus on sickness. Public health will focus on promotion, prevention, and protection. Clinical health will focus on diagnosis and treatment. So an example of a clinical health experience that would not count for a public health internship would be shadowing a healthcare professional like a doctor, a pharmacist, a dentist, a physical therapist, serving as a pharmacy or physical therapy tech, or otherwise delivering care to patients. That will not be eligible to be counted toward public health internship hours. That's not to say you can't do an internship in a clinical site, because there are plenty of experiences and opportunities to do public health work within a clinical site like a hospital. But remember, it has to be public health related. So again, thinking about promotion, prevention, protection of a population. If you have any questions or concerns about this, about what qualifies as a public health internship versus a clinical health experience, please get in touch with me so that we can figure it out together. We can really work together to find a good fit that will be public health related and that will help boost your career post-graduation. So why is a public health internship a requirement to graduate? A lot of times people are curious about this, where there really are a lot of reasons. It helps you get great hands-on experience outside the classroom while you're applying your public health knowledge. It gives you a practical application that helps you understand concepts from the classroom at a deeper level than someone who's just had the classroom learning. It helps you clarify your interests in public health, and this is really key. You've taken a diversity of courses in public health, and this can help you narrow down the topics that you're most interested in for work post-graduation. It also helps you prepare for life after graduation, whether that life includes grad school, a career in public health, or a career in another health-related profession, or a career in some other field completely. Having this internship experience, this field-based capstone experience, will really help make you more competitive for that next step in your life and your career. A public health-focused internship also reflects the college's commitment to the community. We've had students doing internships in the community for the last 30 years. So it's really a College of Public Health commitment, and we're excited that you get to step into that legacy and continue that role. So you have different course options for public health. HPS 493A, this is the required internship. You must do 6 units of HPS 493A to graduate. HPS 493H is the honors internship. That fulfills the required internship 6 units, and I'll share more about that as there is an extra assignment that honors students do. And then the elective internship is HPS 493B. This is counts for public health elective credit or general elective credit. You can be enrolled in any of those options. So the public health required internship for 493A, as I said, you have to have 6 units of this to graduate. The prerequisites are HPS 350. You must have that completed. You must have public health major status. You must have the internship orientation completed. You're doing a good job getting that started now. And you must have a signed work plan and a signed preceptor agreement submitted for approval from the internship instructor. That's me. As I said, the HPS 493H honors option is an alternative to 493A, and you need 6 units of this as well if you're going to do the honors options. The prerequisites include all of the 493A prerequisites plus enrollment in the honors college. And note, as I said, during the internship semester, there is an extra honors assignment. 493B is the elective internship. Again, you're not required to complete this to graduate, but the prerequisites for this are HPS 178, HPS 200, and 6 units of some other public health coursework completed, plus this orientation completed, and again, a signed work plan and a signed preceptor agreement that you submit to me for approval. So, there are a few different ways that you can get these units. The first option is to split the 6-unit requirement into 2 semesters for 3 units each semester. So you have a 2-semester experience at the same agency. A lot of students do this. And when you're checking on the hub, take a good look because there's some agencies that prefer this to be the internship experience for students. Option 2 is that you can choose to complete all 6 required internship units in 1 semester. We have many students do this as well. And option 3 is that you can choose to complete 2 internships for 3 units each at 2 different agencies. And this is usually over the course of 2 semesters. So you may choose to do 1 internship in the summer with, let's say, the Pima County Health Department. And then you may choose to do a second internship in the fall with a community agency such as Youth on Their Own. So you really diversify your internship experience when you do it this way, but there's no wrong answer or no wrong option. Any of those 3 options will work great for you to get those 6 required units that you need to graduate. A note on enrollment in the summer session. So you will all be enrolled in, if you enroll for summer, you'll all be enrolled in a 13-week session. You can complete your internship contact hours however you want to negotiate that with your agency. But for ease of enrollment, students will be enrolled in that summer-long session. Note that during the summer, students cannot exceed the university maximum limit of 18 units. And in the College of Public Health, we strongly recommend that you only complete the internship plus no more than 1 other concurrent class. And this is because there's just not enough time to be successful in these accelerated courses. So please be cautious when you're enrolling for summer courses. Talk with your advisor. Make sure that you're setting up a plan where you can really succeed. And the reason that we want you to limit these hours is because this is a new experience. You're not always expecting the opportunities that present themselves through the internship, so we want you to have plenty of time to maximize those opportunities. And you also need to figure out the additional time that you'll need to dedicate for travel time to and from the internship that cannot be counted toward your logged hours and your total contact hours. So if you have concerns, again, talk to an academic advisor to come up with a strategy for managing your credits. Another note on enrollment during summer, tuition and fees are assessed because units are applied to your degree and they count toward graduation. So you'll want to visit the UA Office of Scholarship and Financial Aid webpage regarding important info for summer financial aid. For contact hours in summer, if you're doing 6 units, you need 250 contact hours. Over roughly 12 weeks, that's about 21 hours per week of contact hours for your internship. If you enroll for 3 units during the summer, that's 125 hours, and that's over 12 weeks, about 10.5 hours per week. So why do we have this many hours specified? This is U of A university policy. They dictate the number of hours that students will be enrolled in, and that corresponds for one unit to 45 hours of contact. So if you were to do the math, 6 units is times 45 is 270 contact hours. Now, I've already gone ahead and reduced that to 250 contact hours because of the academic component that accompanies this internship, where you'll be completing assignments. So you'll need to have 250 hours, and it is in conforming with university policy. So when can your internship contact hours count? You can count them beginning May 18th, and you have to stop counting them on August 12th. Now again, the hours that you're counting per week are on average. So if you work a fewer hours one week, you can do more another week. This is really something that you'll negotiate with your internship and with your preceptor, but it's very important for you to be on the same page with your preceptor about your schedule. Talk about your plans for summer, about the internship hours and the flow, so your plan really works well with your internship agency site. Now, it is okay to start volunteering for hours before May 18th. Sometimes students ask about this, and sometimes students even do some of the required training, but you cannot officially log your hours for this course until the course officially opens on May 18th for summer 2020 hours. Okay, now some notes on enrollment for the fall 2020 internships. Again, we recommend that during the internship semester, students do not exceed the university maximum of 19 units. In fact, in the College of Public Health, we recommend you take only 16 total units or even fewer during your internship semester. This really positions you to have a lot of success at your internship and to be able to maximize that opportunity as much as you can. Again, tuition and fees are assessed. We cannot override these university maximums, whether it's in summer or it's in fall. And if you're concerned, you can talk to your academic advisor to come up with a strategy. A note on your fall contact hours, again, 6 units, you'll do 250 contact hours over 15 weeks. That's about 17 hours per week. 3 units is 125 hours over 15 weeks. That's about 8.5 hours per week. So as I was saying, you know, those hours can be negotiated with your internship site, and they may change a little bit from week to week, but as long as you are communicating clearly with your internship preceptor, then you will work out what those hours will be, but they need to average 17 hours per week for 6 units, 8.5 hours per week for 3 units, and you must meet 250 hours or 125 hours, or you can't earn the credits towards your graduation. Now for fall, when can your hours count? So the first day that you can count your hours is August 24th. The last day that you can count your hours is December 9th. Again, it's okay to volunteer hours before August 24th or even complete some trainings, but the tracking must begin when the semester begins, and this is per U of A university policy. Okay, some advice from students. Talk to your academic advisor about what semester you should plan to do your internship. Really consider doing your internship over 2 semesters so you can get a deeper view of the agency work. The benefit of doing 2 internships is that I now have a larger professional network. More advice. Because many opportunities come up during your internship, limit your other commitments so that you can take advantage of these cool experiences. When planning your other classes, be sure to build in time it takes to get to your internship site. Very important. Okay, so I'm going to shift gears here a little bit and talk about the responsibilities that go along with the internship experience. So here are your responsibilities as a student. You need to understand the internship criteria, that it has to be public health focused, that you must meet certain prerequisites to be enrolled, that you aim for 250 contact hours for 6 units or 125 contact hours for 3 units. It's your responsibility to search for internships, and I'll share tips on that in a minute. It's your responsibility to be professional when you're reaching out and to communicate your interests and needs, including the public health focus and contact hour requirements, to possible agencies and preceptors, and to complete all college and agency paperwork for enrollment units. Why it's important for you to be professional when you're reaching out. Because even if something doesn't pan out with that specific internship, you could come into that person, come into contact with them in another capacity. They could end up also being somebody that writes you a letter of recommendation down the line. So you really want your communication to be professional right from the start, so you have a good impression, or you're making a good impression rather, right from day one. Here are my responsibilities as your internship instructor. I will share opportunities with students about internship sites, including postings on the Hub, and there'll be information on accessing the Hub in this presentation if you are not familiar with that. I will review your work plans and your preceptor agreements. I will work with the College of Public Health Advising team to make sure you get enrolled for your units. I will also serve as your ongoing contact and the preceptor contact as your internship is progressing, and I will grade your internship assignments and assign your final grade to your internship. Now, the reason that there are assignments and there is a final grade is because there are federal regulations. I'm going to go back a slide here. There are federal regulations that require that all internships for credit include work experience and an academic component. So that's why there'll be academic assignments for you throughout your internship. Don't stress. The assignments are really geared to helping you process the learning, and a lot of students have shared that they have really helped them enhance their experience at the agency and give them structure to think about their learning overall. So they've been designed so they're not busy work, there's not too many of them, but they're designed to inform and supplement your on-site experience and give you lots of opportunities to check in with me and make sure that everything's still going well at your internship experience. Okay, so now on to the responsibilities of the preceptor. Remember, your preceptor is the internship site supervisor, but we use the term preceptor here in the College of Public Health. They will work with you to design and they will sign off on a public health focused work plan and preceptor agreement. And please note that both of these forms will require a preceptor's handwritten signature. They will mentor you as an intern. They will answer any questions and resolve issues that come up on the internship site. They will discuss issues as necessary with me, the internship instructor. And the internship preceptor will also complete your midterm and final evaluations and sign off on your activity log. Note, you will often get to know this preceptor really well. So you may ask even for a letter of reference down the line for a job application or a graduate school application. So your first impressions are important. So again, you want to make sure you're being professional and respectful for your preceptor. And if you have any questions about what I mean when I say be professional, or you have any questions about workplace culture in general, please reach out. I'm so happy to talk to you about this. I think there's often kind of unwritten or unstated rules, and I can help you decipher those. I really, really love supporting students in this capacity, and I'm happy to be here for you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, some more advice from students. Make a copy of the agency and preceptor responsibilities from the internship manual and give it to your preceptor when you're asking about opportunities or interviewing for a position. Great advice. Now, some tips on finding an internship. So public health is everywhere, so you can be anywhere. In other words, you're not limited to Tucson or Phoenix or Arizona or wherever you're located for our online students. Now, while my network is primarily in the Tucson area, some of the internships on the Hub are Phoenix focused, some are more broadly Arizona focused. But keep in mind, you can look anywhere. We have students all over doing internships: New York, California, Atlanta, Peru, Australia, Spain. You can even do a remote internship where you can be someplace separate from where your agency is. But note that if you're doing that kind of internship, you really have to be self-directed to be successful. So think about what is going to best serve your needs. Be honest with yourself and think about what kind of conditions am I going to need in an internship so I can really thrive and be successful and have a great learning experience. So here are some more tips for looking for your internship. Start now. I can't emphasize that enough. You really want to get this going right away because that way you'll have the best chance of finding an internship that is interesting and exciting for you. Tell everyone you know in your network that you are looking for a public health focused internship. So this is friends, instructors, your parents' friends, anyone that you've worked with. You never know when someone's going to know about an opportunity. You want to take advantage of college and university resources. So talk with your academic advisor about your interests, approach any guest speakers in your classes, really read carefully any college and campus announcement emails, and take advantage of the online resources, the Hub and Handshake, and I'll talk about both of those. So the Hub is on publichealth.arizona.edu on our homepage. You can see the arrows pointing to the Hub where you click and you log in with your U of A Net ID. This is only for College of Public Health students, and you will find some great internship opportunities that are listed only here. So on the undergraduate student tab, there's an internship tab, and then you click on the undergraduate internships opportunities. There you'll see a variety of things listed. They're separated by fall, spring, summer, and ongoing opportunities. We've had students doing internships in the community of Southern Arizona for over 30 years. So many organizations come to us first when they're looking for great people to intern. So the Hub is a collection of all of these different internship advertisements from different organizations. Review all the opportunities posted there. And even, this is an important note, even if it's an opportunity that has passed, don't hesitate to reach out to that organization and tell them you're interested in their work and that you can offer ways to contribute to their projects. Now, if you're an online student and you are searching, or you're a main campus student, but you want to be searching outside of the Southern Arizona area, you can use keywords that you see on the Hub and then apply those to your location. So you might see, oh, Pima Community College Employee Wellness Program. Well, I want to be in the Bay Area, and I know there's community colleges in the Bay Area, so I'm going to find one of those, and I'm going to see if they've got a wellness program. You can look at county health departments. You can look at other institutions that are going to transfer from one location to the next and see what you can find in your area. So if you want to set up a meeting to talk about opportunities, you can do that with me. And you can also ask those organizations directly, can you set up an opportunity to talk with them? So the Los Angeles County Public Health Department, you can set up an opportunity to talk. If they say yes, set up a meeting. And if they say no, then ask if they have any other contacts who are doing similar work. And usually people are happy to refer you to someone else where you might find a great opportunity. So I mentioned keywords. Speaking of keywords, this is where these are things you can find at the Hub that you can use when you're doing your own Google searches. So you can go into Google and type in something like healthy habits or epidemiology. You can see those are listed as keywords right here. Or an employee wellness program, an example I just talked about. Then you can find opportunities because you found these keywords from the Hub, and that'll give you a good springboard to find something in a different area or something that you're really interested in. So yeah, use this to get ideas for your own search and then personalize your search. You don't have to start from scratch because you do have help from the Hub to get you going. There's also this great U of A career services platform, Handshake. This has internship and career opportunities throughout Arizona and throughout the world. Some of them are paid, many of them are unpaid. You create an account, and the more you complete your Handshake profile, the more opportunities will become available for you. So Handshake's available to you even after you graduate, which is a good tip because you never know when you might want to return to that Handshake and be looking for job opportunities. Next, I want to encourage you to think dynamically. In other words, don't limit yourself to what you see on the Hub. You don't have to do an internship that's been done before. You can create your own. You can have an organization you're really interested in. You can see a need, a public health interest from one of your classes. So really think creatively and dynamically and see what you can come up with. As long as it's public health focused, you can set yourself up to have a great experience. So some more advice from a student. Do not be afraid to reach out to possible preceptors, even when they're not listed on the Hub. I was able to acquire my internship by simply reaching out to my preceptor and saying, do you have an internship position open? I found a really unique opportunity that I was able to get because I asked that simple question. Okay, the next advice is to be brave. It's 100% okay to make cold calls as first contact. Take advantage of all your opportunities. A cold call is when you Google an organization and then just give them a call. That's what I did when I found an internship during my undergrad years. I found an opportunity, but I asked myself, is this something I'm excited about? So I wasn't that excited about a job that I saw posted. And so I went to Google, I put in some of those key search terms. I found about 7 opportunities. I was interested in 4. So I wrote to them. I introduced myself via email and asked what I could do if there were opportunities for me to internship with them. And then a couple of them followed up with me, and I ended up getting 2 offers. So it was a really amazing experience, and I want to encourage you to be brave and take those chances. Like the student said in the advice, you never know. A lot of times people are just waiting for a highly motivated intern to approach them, and then you'll have the structure of the internship class and the work plan, so you can go and be brave and feel confident when you're reaching out to something that might be a brand new opportunity. And next, I want to encourage you to work on your elevator speech. So an elevator speech is just a really quick 30-second way of introducing yourself, who you are, what you could do for the agency. Remember to keep it brief and to speak confidently. And you want to just practice with confidence. You can even do it in the mirror. That's one way to really know how your speech will come off when you're pitching it to someone else. So remember, the only internship you don't have a shot at is when you don't seek out. When you're reaching out, it does not commit you to accepting anything. So it's a two-way street. You are in an information gathering phase. So don't feel committed just because you reach out that you have to do that internship. I do want to remind you that you want to be professional though, no matter what. It's okay to not accept an internship if it's not the right fit, but you do have to communicate with them. So if you get offered something and you decide not to take an internship or that you don't need a meeting anymore, you must communicate with them via email or a phone call and just let them know what's going on. And I am always here to help coach you through that. I just did that earlier this week with a student, and happy to help you fine-tune those communication skills. So be prepared. You want to orient the agency and the preceptor to you, so you want to take a copy of your resume with you. You want to orient them to public health, share with them your definition of public health, and make sure you explain the differences between clinical health and public health if that's a concern at the agency. You want to you want to orient them to the internship experience. So you want to take a copy of the internship manual that you'll find a draft copy of on D2L. And you want to help them understand the expectations for you as the student, for them as the agency and preceptor, and for me as the internship instructor. And as a final reminder, again, I can't reiterate this enough, you want to be professional in all your inquiries and your interactions. Okay, some more advice from students. Start your search as soon as you finish this orientation. This is so important. Yes, great advice. Talk to your classmates, friends, parents, mentors, advisors, everyone. Actually practice your elevator speech ahead of time. Create a spreadsheet of agencies that you reach out to and or apply to. Great advice to stay organized and know who you've heard from and who you haven't. Before doing an interview, review the agency website and think about your answers to common interview questions. I will also add that you want to have a couple questions for them when you go to an interview. Inquire to see if you can shadow current interns or volunteer for a day before committing. Send a thank you note or email after the interview or visit. And I think a thank you email is absolutely appropriate at this point. More advice. The more times you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to get your dream internship. Use Dr. Gronwald and your academic advisors as resources as you start your search. Okay, now advice on getting enrolled for the internship prep course and for the internship course itself. So pre-approval is required. After you complete this orientation, you will be provided access to the Public Health Internship Prep course on D2L. It's a non-credit course, and there are templates there that you will use to work with your internship agency and preceptor. The first is the work plan. This incorporates university-mandated assumption of risk and release, and it requires your signature and your preceptor signature. And the next is the preceptor agreement, which requires the preceptor's signature. So I'll go through those a little bit more in detail. The internship work plan is completed by you, part of it ahead of time, but the purpose statement, learning objectives, and proposed activities are created with your preceptor. You want to make sure that you are specific and ambitious, But you also want to keep in mind that it's a plan and that plans can change. And that's okay, as long as it maintains a focus on public health. Just make sure you keep me in the loop. And there will be several checkpoints during the internship semester when you can let me know that things are changing, or that the preceptor can let me know. But just keep in mind it's a plan. And you might get on a work site and find that there's something tangential that you could add to your work plan that will be really exciting for you. You can talk with your preceptor about doing that as well. So very important to keep in mind that your work plan and the reality of your internship should not be coffee runs, filing papers, and other menial tasks or tasks that feel like student worker tasks. The internship is not a burden or a thing to do just to graduate, but it's a great opportunity to make meaningful contributions to the agency and the community. So you want to make sure that it's really work that's in your work plan, and I will strategize with you if this is not the case so we can get it changed so it's meaningful for you. The preceptor agreement is the form used to confirm that the preceptor understands their role that they have accepted, that they'll be mentoring you, that they will be turning in required deliverables, including evaluations and signing off on your activity log. And again, remember that the preceptor agreement requires a signature. The other thing that's important for you to remember is that the preceptor needs to have been in their role at that agency for more than a year. And that's because we want them to have more knowledge of the agency than you do. And we want them to have supervisory experience as well, so that you are not their first person that they've supervised. Here's an example of the preceptor agreement. Note that you will also need a copy of their CV, resume, or bio sketch for our files. And we will only need this if they have not provided one before. So if you were in the second semester of the same internship, then you will not need to do this again. Now some required deadlines, due dates for your required forms for summer. You have to have your work plan and your preceptor agreement submitted by April 15th. April 15th. Remember, if you're hoping for summer financial aid, be sure to pay attention to important information about summer deadlines posted on the U of A Office of Scholarship and Financial Aid page, and they can answer all your questions about that. You must turn in your required forms using the D2L Assignments tab on the Public Health Internship Prep course page. That's that non-credit course that I will add you to once you've completed your orientation worksheet. So April 15th for summer 2020. Due dates for fall. Your fall internship forms are due by August 5th. That's August 5th for your work plan and your preceptor agreement. Remember, they both have to be signed. And again, remember that you'll turn in the required forms using that D2L Assignments tab on the Public Health Internship course page. So there is the dedicated D2L site that I've been mentioning, the Internship Prep course page. You can see that there's a content section. You can see that there is important course information and documents. That's where you will find the work plan and the preceptor agreement. You'll also find a draft of the internship manual. You'll also find the slides from this presentation in case you need to refer to those. And this is the Assignments tab. And under the Assignments tab, you will click on for summer or 2020 enrollment or for fall 2020 enrollment, and whichever term you will be enrolled in, that's where you will upload your work plan and your preceptor agreement. Remember, those have to be signed. And the CV, bio sketch, resume for your preceptor as well. Now, there may be some additional agency requirements. Some host agencies have forms or steps that you have to complete, including an affiliation agreement, especially if the internship's out of Arizona, a background check, a TB test, or other medical proof. These can take 1 to 2 weeks, so make sure that you are allowing that time so that you can start your contact hours right on those start dates of May 18th or August 24th. So this is why you want to start your search early, to allow you time to get all these required forms and steps completed. Okay, more advice from students. Do not accept an internship if you're not sure about it being a good fit for you. Absolutely. There are options out there, and if you're starting your internship search early, you're going to have options. Talk to Dr. Gronwald if you aren't sure how to ask for more time to make a decision or decline an internship. Yes, absolutely. Again, I'm happy to help you strategize, come up with communication, even give you the actual language that you'll use. Know that your preceptor may take time to complete the forms, so start working on them ASAP. Yes, I agree. I also want to just take a moment to acknowledge that you're learning, which means you don't know everything, that you're human, which means mistakes can happen. So just to emphasize again, I am here to help you strategize. This is a process. Information that you share will be confidential. I'm here to help. So just know that you don't feel shy. Please reach out to me. Let me be here to support you. Reach out to your College of Public Health advisors. Let them help you too. We're really all here to support you. Internship assignments. Yes. So there are graded assignments on the internship course. So once you're enrolled for summer 2020 or fall 2020, there will be some assignments. I've talked about them a little bit. It's not busy work. They're spaced out throughout the semester. They really help supplement your learning. And these are in concordance with federal regulations that require an academic component in addition to work experience. And so in addition to your contact hours, you'll spend about 20 additional hours working on the internship assignments, reports, LinkedIn profile, ePortfolio, etc. And remember, we've already adjusted your internship contact hours to accommodate those 20 additional hours that you will need. So some common questions that students have about internships. Why don't you just assign me to an internship? Well, all students are unique. Your post-graduation plans are unique, and I don't want to mandate that you work for the community food bank if you have no interest in working in food security in your career. So that's why you will perform your search. You will find the internship using all the resources I've discussed. And it also really prepares you for the job search or for a graduate school search, because no one's going to just hand you that after graduation. So this is good practice for that. Can I get paid? Yes, I would love it if every student got paid for their public health internship. Unfortunately, that is not the case at this point, but absolutely seek these opportunities out. And if you find one, go for it with gusto. Can I do my internship at my regular job? Maybe, potentially. The university does have specific rules about doing an internship at a person's regular job. So if that's an opportunity that's of interest to you, let me know and we can talk about the possibility. If it is public health focused and if we can identify some new roles and a different person to supervise you than your regular supervisor, then we can consider that as a potential option. So that's a maybe. Does my internship need to be in Tucson? Absolutely not. It can be anywhere in the world, so sky's the limit. Can I do multiple internships? Yes. As I mentioned, there are different options, 2 different internships at 2 different sites over the course of 2 semesters. You can even do a 3rd internship if you choose to do an elective internship. Do internships lead to jobs? Yes, I am happy to share that every semester students get job offers through their internships. If you are not, and sometimes this doesn't happen at the internship site itself, but could happen through a connection that's made through another community partner. So it happens every semester. Be on the lookout. Will my internship be valuable and fun? Absolutely yes. The internship is an amazing experience. You are going to learn a ton. It's super valuable. You're going to learn about yourself. It should be valuable. It should be fun. And if it's not, reach out to me so we can strategize and come up with a plan to fix that. A few required notices. The internship instructor, college, and university are not responsible for any financial obligations, including but not limited to travel, transportation, housing arrangements, medical care for injuries related to the internship experience. Okay, your next steps. Turn in your orientation worksheet to get access to the dedicated public health internship prep course. You do that by emailing your worksheet to me as an attachment. And finally, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Send me an email at laurag1@email.arizona.edu. Again, you can set an appointment with me in person, by phone, or by video conferencing. And also feel free to lean on our terrific public health undergraduate advising team, Anais, Elsa, Melanie, Abba, and Grace. Thanks. Good luck with your internship search. I'm excited for you, and I look forward to working with you.